Today we're talking about the budget-friendly leverless controller, the MoKo Haute 42 controller, and how different it is from the Haute 42 T series. Are you getting top performance from this controller right here? I don't know, but I'm gonna have the answer for you today as we review the MoKo Haute 42 controller. The other day, I was scrolling through Amazon and I noticed that there was a Haute controller that was for $38. I was like, whoa, 38 bucks? How are you, what the cost? How are you getting it for so cheap? Why is this one 38 bucks? And then why is this one $72? And the answer is clear. It's not a Haute controller. It doesn't even have Haute written on it. I'm not gonna call it knockoff per se, but it is someone that is mimicking the Haute controller, and they're doing it a little bit cheaper than what Haute's doing while getting very similar results while using the controller. So we're gonna unbox this controller, see what's on the inside, and see if it actually is what the reviews say. Here's the box it came in. Oh, there's a little smudge right there. All right, whatever. Here's the box this came in. It's a nice little brown box. It says MoKo. Remember, it doesn't say Haute. I don't know if you can see that or not. I have one of these Logitech cameras filming here. But yeah, you can, can you see that? I'm not sure, but it says MoKo on it. And then let's open up. And this is what we get with this. We get a USB-C port, and then we have a little extender, and then we have this little keycap grabber. I don't know if that's the proper term for that. It's a keycap grabber that we can use, and then a few extra keycaps. So let me go ahead and fill this. As a matter of fact, I have a buddy that has the Haute 42 T series, so I generally know what it feels like and know how it works. And let me feel these little caps to see if there's a difference. Yeah, there's a little bit of difference. This is a little mattier than the other one that it feels a lot matter. Is that a word? A little mattier? Is matty? Is that the? I don't know. I don't know. And then there's a little kickstands and little feedy things and a bunch of extra goodies to help your experience with this particular device. Boom, boom, extender, USB-C, and then the little grabby McGrab thing. Take this off. Oh, it comes with some, that's nice. So it gives you a little bit of instructions. You can download the latest firmware. That's very nice. Dualpad.com/support. So whatever company that is, we might have to do that. Hopefully we don't get a virus. Make sure you have your virus protection stuff on your computer when you're doing stuff like that. And here goes the quick guide. Talks about pass-through support. So this is you can do this for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S, and Series X. But again, we have to make sure that we are under this starter guide that's here. We have a little bit of a design. This design's nice. That's not a bad design. Notice it is 11 by 17. That's the size of that paper. So we have this device is the size of a piece of paper. So that's convenient. That's really nice. And then it gives us hold on. It gives us a couple extra little key tags, or however you want to call it. Key switches. There we go. Key switches right there. I'm down with that. They're giving us a lot of extra stuff, like just in case. I think that's a good thing that they're doing right there. That's really nice of them. Let's take this part out. This is surprisingly still very heavy. Let's talk about the material here. The Haute 42 version, it has I want to say it has maybe a thicker plastic on there as I'm touching this, and then some of these buttons are different. Can you hear that? It's making, I don't think the other one makes that sound when touching it. And then put this down right here. And yeah, this feels really nice, I think. The plastic's really smooth. It's still pretty sturdy. The Haute's back, it's metal if I'm not mistaken, while this one is still plastic. That's probably why it's still so cheap. Sold so cheap. There's a couple buttons, a couple screws that are a little loose, but not loose enough to where I can complain about it right now. Here goes the USB-C port right there, and here goes the USB port right there. So you have several options to make sure this works, and it has a little screen right there. But ultimately, this is a entry-level leverless, primarily target for your budget consumers that are out there trying to figure out whether or not they want to get into the leverless field, lack of a better words, and maybe this might be a good start. I mean, there's a reason for this controller existing if you're trying to figure out if you want to use a leverless or not. So the buttons, they feel nice, but we'll find out a little bit more about the buttons when we actually play a game. I'm gonna try Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage is a good way to see if a button works or your controller works. I don't want to get into a fighting game this go around. I want to see if it works, if it is used in a different game, in a beat 'em up. Oh, look, I just noticed it has one more slot. It has 3 slots there. So you have the one on top, you have the one on the side, and you have one on this side. Yo, that's really cool. That's nice. All right, I'm down with that. And then you have R3 or the trigger buttons, the analog trigger buttons right here and right here. So yeah, all of this is in a good place or a good space. I'm kind of down with that. Right now, I don't see any issues with the buttons. Let's undo that. You see, it's very easy to take off the keycaps right there. There goes your switch. You can take that out. I'm not gonna take it out because I don't want to. But I'm sure if you got one of these, you could figure it out and take it out with this little key switch remover. I keep on calling it keycap. Key switch remover. And we can put this back on like so, just like that. I'm perfectly fine with this. Boop. Very, very nice. Going back to the layout here, it has the up button right there that can be used. It has the extra button you can use right there. You have the L3, the R3, and then all the other buttons that you use on a regular controller. I think that's freaking great. Maybe it could be curved a little bit more. I kind of like the other layouts that curve, but I mean, this will do. This is literally allows you to use this like a keyboard, and that's kind of the point of any type of leverless controller, to be able to utilize this like a keyboard. Let's do a little comparison here. I have the Junk Food Arcade original snack box from back in the day, and just kind of making the point here that I like some of the stuff curved a little bit more. This one is curved a lot more than that one, right? See how that curves right there? That's kind of what I'm talking about. But it doesn't have the R3 and L3 buttons. The R3 and L3 buttons are on the side instead of right there on the board. So we've come a long way. I think I got this controller back in 2019 or 2020, something like that, somewhere around that time frame. And look how far we've come. It's gotten, these leverless controllers have gotten clearly thinner, and then also they have added more buttons and made it a whole lot more convenient for you. So yeah, the only thing that I'm seeing right now that's an issue with this particular controller is, boom, as you see, it doesn't have the Haute label on it. So this is the MoKo Haute 42 that's supposed to imitate the T16 series, and you see it's not there. And then you see there's a red button and a couple other buttons that look similar, but they're not the same on the top there. All right, let's see how this flows and see how this feels in the hands. In Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage is one of my favorite games. Let's try it. in arcade mode. Yeah, you get 1 credit. I know that. Let's see what we can do here. So I'm a fan of Cherry. Cherry's pretty cool. Let's try a different costume. Ooh, I like this blue costume on her. Let's go with this one. Hit A again. We can skip this by holding Y. Yeah, my layout is funky and weird. It's like a Nintendo layout or something. I don't know. Oh, look at that. Can you see that? It turns a different color when I'm hitting the button there. It's like blue. It's red, then it's like a light blue or a white when I hit the button. That's cool. I like that. So this should get me, this should get me used to using this particular device by just playing a beat 'em up. I can like kind of smash around, but this doesn't feel bad. Like the other one, I kind of like that it has this type of matte. It's not too matte. It's not too gloss. I'm cool with that. I'm down with that. I'm definitely okay with that and down with the way this is working right now. All right. I just got to get used to the up button being where my thumb is. It's counterintuitive. For me, it's counterintuitive. I like that she can dash. Because up is up, not down, you know? Chicken. I like that. So I think this is just something I just got to get used to, but it's not that hard to get used to a leverless controller. But one way you can get used to your leverless controller is by playing beat 'em ups like this. And honestly, that's how I got used to using a regular arcade stick, by just playing games like Streets of Rage. What else did I play to get used to games like this? Pac-Man. Just getting used to up being where your thumb is. You know, that's typically what I've done in my experience, getting used to using the leverless, and then getting used to where the buttons are. You know, I can mash away so that I can remember where each one of these buttons are. And then I can get into a fighting game that I like, and I can, you know, be used to the layout at that point, you know? Boom. Yeah, that feels really good in the hands. So what's the verdict, you say? Well, the verdict is, Haute made a budget arcade stick, or leverless arcade stick, or I keep on saying stick. They made a leverless controller. I think we can all say they made a leverless controller. But while making said leverless controller cheap, there's a company that said, hey, we're gonna take your design and we're gonna make it that much cheaper. So they made, it's like the inception, it's the inception of arcade sticks, right? Or leverless controllers. It's the controller that's for the controller for the controller. This isn't that bad. I was looking for the absolute worst in this one, and it's not bad. You can put a little design in here easily by switching out the screws in the back. That shouldn't be that hard, putting that in there and then putting it back together again, and then boom, you got a nice little design. It's not a cheap plastic, but it's not the same type of plastic as the original Haute. And again, on the back, it does not have a metal plate, and that's ultimately the difference that you're getting with this particular controller. But for 38 bucks, I don't know anybody that's going to complain about that. $38 versus $70 or $120. I know absolutely no one that will complain about that unless this was just a complete piece of trash. And I've had trash controllers, and this one right here isn't trash. You might have a hard time finding some of the buttons to fit exactly right, but outside of that, I think this one is just fine for 38 bucks. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Tell me, hey, I think they are wrong for making a knockoff of the knockoff. Or tell me, hey, I'm gonna get one of those. For 38 bucks, that's not a bad deal. Or if you have an experience with this version of the Haute 42, MoKo Haute 42, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Success and victory. Please don't block with your face, and I will see you guys on the next time. Peace out.